Tonight's football matchup is sure to keep you on your toes. For the carnivorous Tigers, welcome the equally hungry Lobos. Hi, everybody, and welcome to more high school football on Channel 8. I'm Bill Rogan, along with former Colorado Buffalo Justin Adams. We thank you for tuning in. We're at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium this evening on the campus of Holy Family as the 2-0 Holy Family Tigers bring to town the Conifer Lobos, who check in at 1-1. And Justin, both teams are dynamic on offense. They can certainly light up the scoreboard.
Yes, Bill, both teams definitely can do so. And, you know, the stat man is going to be very, very busy tonight. For Conifer, they average 31 points per game. And Holy Family, they average 36 points per game. So definitely it's going to be a high-scoring game.
So what you're telling me is it could come down to defense.
Not only to defense, it's going to come down to whoever could control the ball, but also whoever could stop the run. That's going to be extremely important, especially in a game like today.
And one guy to keep an eye on is Holy Family quarterback David Summers. He's just a sophomore, 4 touchdown passes. So Holy Family, they like to run the ball, but they can also throw it.
Yeah, definitely. And that was one thing that Conifer has definitely got to look out for today, is that just the passing game that Holy Family brings to the element that they have. So it's going to be very important that they, again, control the clock, that Conifer will be able to run the ball. They had over 450 yards rushing last week. That's going to be the best chance for them to win today.
And Conifer head coach Larry Fitzmaurice, he's worried about his defense tackling. That will be a key tonight to see if they can wrap up. And Justin, the field could play a factor.
Yeah, the field definitely is going to play a factor. I was walking around the field earlier today, messed up my shoes a little bit, but it's going to play that. The field conditions definitely play into the favor of Conifer, especially how wet it is. So it's going to be real nice for them.
Yeah, the grass is real thick and wet, and as far as your shoes go, just send the bill to our director, Victor Seif. So it should be a good one. Conifer taking on Holy Family, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening kickoff right after this.
Now the defensive starter for the Holy Family Tigers.
At Holy Family High School, tonight's game, Conifer against the Tigers of Holy Family. And there you see the game brought to you by the city and county of Broomfield. It's always fun to be at Holy Family High School. And Justin, this is your first trip here, but a nice little facility.
Oh, lovely facility. A lot of donations have been made for a lot of upgrades that are happening. They actually have breaking ground to get a concession stand here also. So you have the bleachers. The field looks very nice. Great additions that are being made to this facility.
And we always enjoy coming to Holy Family High School. And the officials for tonight's game, the referee is Dan Gilver. Check that, Dan Gilman. The umpire, Don Antill. The head linesman, Chris Stearns. The line judge is Jim Smithwich. And the back judge, Jim Whitty. And our stat man, Don Apodaca, certainly needs to work on his penmanship. And right now you see the teams meeting for the coin flip. It gives us a chance to remind you that this is a non-league game, but Holy Family, a year ago, making the move to 3A, they were 7-3 overall, but they just missed out in the playoffs. Conifer a year ago, 3-7. And these teams played each other, Justin. It was a 24-9 win for Holy Family at Conifer, but it might have been a closer game than the final score indicates.
Well, it was a 9-6 game going Conifer's way into the fourth quarter, and then a couple of turnovers late really decided the game Holy Family's way. And that's the thing that is going to be very important. Talking with Coach Fitzmaurice, about that is that turnovers are going to be huge today. So also for Conifer, they're going to have to wrap up the tackler, and their secondary is going to have to do a very good job of making the proper tackle and also defending today.
And we're at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium. And Mike G. Gabriel
Yes.
was a former head coach here, who's now an assistant coach because his son, Mike D. Gabriel, is the head coach.
Yeah, nothing wrong. I mean, how wonderful is that? That your son, you could give the reins of such a great program as Holy Family to your son. You have your name on the stadium. It's a dream of any father to do that and to pass down a legacy onto your son is wonderful.
Yeah, and the elder Gabriel, he said he's just glad it's not Memorial Stadium.
Exactly. We're all glad about that.
Conifer has won the toss and will defer, so Holy Family will receive the kickoff. Holy Family, their first game this year, they blew out Steamboat Springs 52-6, and that was a road game. And then last week, Holy Family, a 20-7 win over Erie. Conifer, they had a tough start. They lost to Devlin 42-20, and their dynamic quarterback, Caleb Flack. But last week, Conifer rebounded, and they won 42-20 against Centaurus. So their first game, 42-20 loss. Second game, a 42-20 win. So we'll see if tonight's game will be 42-20.
Well, either or for Conifer. Maybe they're going to score 42 or they're going to score 20. And if, as we talked about in the open, that's a perfect average of 31 points.
Kicking off for Conifer will be Travis Tadra. He's a junior. Tees it up at the 40-yard line. Conifer in the green helmets with white jerseys and black pants. Holy Family in the home purple tops with gold pants and gold helmets. And heading deep for the Tigers is Dominic Pena and Jason Martinez. So we are set to go. As Justin mentioned in the pregame, the field is wet. So the ball could get a little slippery as we move on. Unlike an NFL game where they maybe use 30 or 40 footballs in a game, only a handful will be used tonight, and they could get a little waterlogged.
And also one thing to look at is the referees are going to have to wipe down the ball after every play, so that's something else to take a look at, Bill.
So we're set to go. They're winding down the clock. The clock is behind the right end zone. Wind is blowing from left to right on your TV screen, from the north to the south. A pleasant evening for football. Temperatures could drop, though. Do you have a weather forecast?
Well, I'm looking up the weather forecast as we speak.
Our amateur meteorologist, Justin Adams.
Well, I do what I can. It's 59 degrees currently outside, so going later on into the game is going to get down into the high 40s, so we could see some moisture going on. So I got a little bit of meteorology inside of me after all.
Well, I learned a trick when it gets cold.
Yes.
And you might want to learn from this, because past color commentators, Brett Davis and Ryan Clobert-Ans, I think I'm hard to work with. That's why they keep shuffling you guys in. But
okay.
If it gets really cold, just start hugging Don.
Yes.
His body heat will warm everybody.
Trust me, I'm close to him right now.
And the scoreboard is still on 0. They're trying to get it set to 12 minutes.
There we go.
All right. Scoreboard is ready to go. Again, the wind blowing left to right. And Travis Tadra, soccer-style kicker with a good leg. Pena and Martinez deep. And we are underway. Nice high kick. Comes down to Martinez at the 1. To the 20. Martinez turns the corner and gets good yardage out to the 32-yard line before he's wrapped up and taken down by Matthew McClintock. So the Tigers will start out. Their offense led by quarterback David Summers. The tailback is Connor Clay. Fullback is Jared D. Herrera. Gintis Urascis is the flanker. Split end Jake Balthazar. Tight end is Garrett West. And there's the line. The tackles Kubistek and Quinn. The guards Dudden and Spengler. Walker Preeb is the center. And we'll set the Lobos defense in a moment. We got 4 wideouts. Clay, the lone setback behind Summers. In motion is Balthazar. And Balthazar has the quick pitch. First down yardage, and he's bumped out of bounds at the 50-yard line. On the tackle was Thomas Kim. Kim is also the starting quarterback. So a good first play there, Justin. Let's check the defense for the Lobos after this replay.
Yeah, definitely a great play. You know, something great for also for David Somers is just an easy pass to get him into an early rhythm in the game. Something simple, just to see the ball go into a receiver's hands is very important early on.
And here's the handoff to Clay, and he gets stacked up. Maybe a yard on the play. On the tackle was Stephen Manning. Defensively for Conifer, up front you have Don Fuller. He's a big boy at 6'6", 290. Tussey and Weber. The linebackers on the outside, Patrick Marshall and Jesse Wilkes. Inside backers are Griffin Anley and Stephen Manning. The corners, Seahas and Trujillo. And the safeties, Elanowski. As here's Clay getting good yardage near the 40. And the other safety is Connor Anley. Stephen Anley, or check that, Connor Anley and Griffin Anley are twin brothers.
Wow.
Fraternal, not identical. So third down and about 3 for Holy Family. Ball on the 41-yard line for Conifer. Summers calling signals. Gives to Clay. Flags fly. Clay does not get there. And we'll see what the infraction is. Very nice tackle by the linebacker Stephen Manning, 5'10", 205 pounds. And Coach Larry Fitzmaurice said that Stephen Manning is probably one of his 2 best players, the other being Patrick Marshall. Illegal procedure on Holy Family.
Oh,
block
wow.
below the waist, or chop block. So the Tigers will be pushed back. But they did not make the first down. You could decline it. But Mike Gabriel, he's known to roll the dice. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the first down. So in the opening minute and a half of play, here's our referee.
Illegal formation. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. A penalty. Stop block on the offense. That penalty is also required. 4th down.
Tell you what, Justin, I might be inclined to take that chop block penalty and push Holy Family back, because they're going to go for it. This is already a key play in the game, and we're not even 2 minutes in.
Yeah, a huge play early on. It's going to be about 4th and 2, so we're going to see what happens.
Summers straight back. Slant pattern, knocked down, incomplete. Nice play by Connor Anley. And if he holds on, he had Green Acres ahead.
Yeah, Connor Anley, if he definitely holds on to that ball, he's gone. There's nobody else that's going to get him. And what happened on this play is it's a good read by Somers, but the ball went right into the hands of number 20, as we talked about earlier. Yeah, he didn't see the safety coming over top. But that's what happens when you look at the eyes of the quarterback.
So Conifer will start out. Thomas Kim is the quarterback. Patrick Marshall, the fullback. A.J. Elanowski is the tailback. And that gives to Elanowski. And Elanowski gets about 2, maybe 3. Bring down 2nd down and 7. The offense for Conifer. We mentioned the running backs. The wing back is Jake Heinrich. Split end, Seth Trujillo. The tight end, Griffin Anley. And the tackles are Durande and Fuller. Manning and Wilkes are the guards. Cameron Davis, the center. And good yardage up the middle. And that's Patrick Marshall, the fullback. And there you see the Conifer offense. And Stephen Manning, we mentioned him on defense. He's also tremendous on the offensive line. And Coach Fitzmaurice couldn't say enough about him. So Kim is the quarterback. And close to a first down, but I don't think they got it.
He's going to be about a yard short of the first down.
Scout Cox was in on that tackle. So now we'll see if Conifer gambles like Holy Family did. Holy Family's gamble did not pay off. think you got to go here for it, Justin.
You definitely have to go for it, especially the type of team that Conifer is. They're a running team. They want to smash mouth. They want to run the ball directly at you. 450 yards rushing last week. So this is what they want to do.
And close. On the tackle for Holy Family was Walker Preed. And peeling himself off the ground after that play, the running back. Actually, it looked like Seth Trujillo. Not sure who carried that ball. Let's take another look and we'll find out.
We're looking at the play. Walker Preed, he's untouched. On the running back there.
That was Patrick Marshall.
Yeah, Patrick Marshall. Well, it's hard to run through a player when you're not blocked, and so they're going to break out the chains here. From the viewpoint that I have, he's going to be about a yard short.
I think less than that. So Holy Family holds. So both teams unsuccessful on 4th down on their first possession. So no score between Conifer and Holy Family. 8:32 to go in the first quarter. And the Tigers back out on offense.
Yeah, and the thing I like about both moves by both coaches is that they went to the strength of both teams. For Conifer, it's their running game. And for Holy Family, their passing game is something that they really emphasize on. So they both went to each other's strength. And even though it didn't work, it may work later on in the game, so that's something to look at.
And Summers able to recapture the ball. So that'll be a loss on the play. I mentioned that the field is slick. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 12.
A 2nd down and 12, and this is all about penetration on defense. Well, it's not about penetration. He fumbled the football right there, and so that's a good recovery by Davis Summers just to get the ball and not to have a turnover there, which would have been huge. Something we brought up earlier in the on the opening of the game.
Summers being pursued across the middle, complete to Urashis. Positive yardage. It'll bring up a manageable 3rd down, 3rd and about 6. Nice safe rollout play.
Safe rollout play, and again, you want to get the confidence for David early on in the game. You want to make sure that your quarterback sees the ball getting caught by the receivers. You don't want him to get it to 0-4, 0-5, and then his confidence starts to dwindle. You need it to be very high, especially as the game moves on.
That was an 8-yard pickup. 3rd down and 4. Split to the near side is Jacob Balthazar. Summers, incomplete to Urashis. He was open for a 1st down, pass a little bit low. And 4th down, we'll see if Holy Family decides to punt this time, and they will. So a good defensive stand by the Lobos. There's the scoreboard. Could use a paint job, perhaps. They've done a lot of work here, though. This facility is getting better looking each year. A lot of landscaping going on.
Oh, a lot of landscaping. Very impressive, the work that they have put here to the school.
And the kick is away off of the foot of Connor Clay. Flag, or no, that's just a marker. And it will be downed inside the 15-yard line.
Bill, the opening jitters for the most part should be over. I'm really interested to see how Conifer is going to react. So they're going to finally get the ball, around the 18-yard line. They're going to have a series really to get things going. Even though they had the ball around midfield, I'm really interested to see how they will control the game with their running game. They're not going to pass the ball much. They're really going to try to run the ball all over the place, doing sweeps, doing dives, doing traps. So we're definitely really interested to see what's going to happen here on this drive.
Thomas Kim, the 6', 162-pound junior. He started last year, and he's much improved from a year ago. And the pitch to Elanowski. And he gets good yardage. And it's a 1st down for the Lobos. Cox pushing him out of bounds. So the first down of the game for Conifer as the sun breaks through. The lights are on here at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium. First and 10. Lobos at their own 31-yard line. Kim complete to Patrick Marshall, and he gets taken down by Cox and Quinn, but a nice pickup close to the first down marker. And it is a first down, as signaled by referee Dan Gilman.
And that's a great call, just to keep the defense of Holy Family honest, as Kim fakes the boot here, and he throws the ball right to Marshall. And that's just a nice catch. Catch the ball with your hands, not with your body. Secure the ball, and it's going to be a first down for Conifer.
Marshall up the middle, gets a couple of yards on the tackle. Kyle Spengler, the senior. And that'll bring up a second down and 8. And it's kind of a strange atmosphere here tonight, because normally Holy Family, this place is packed, but being a Thursday night game, not as many people here as normal.
Oh, well, not as many people. Still surprising. Even on a Thursday night, you know, you expect more people to be out here, but either way, it's a great atmosphere tonight.
And the give to Elenewski, and he gets out close to midfield. That'll bring up a third down and about 4. So they've been successful throwing the ball on this drive and running the ball. What do you suspect here, Justin?
Well, I suspect another run here. There's no reason to go away from the run. Continue to go to what's working. But if they do pass, it's going to be a boot.
Little option play, and Kim has the first down and more. Kim is gone. Touchdown Lobos, a 52-yard scamper. And the Tigers are stunned.
Oh, stunned early. What a great fake up the middle to the fullback for Kim. Kim just saw a hole, took it right in, 52 yards. And when you play against the option, all that is responsibility defense for Holy Family, and somebody missed a responsibility on Kim, and Kim's off to the races.
Patrick Marshall will snap. The kicker is Travis Tadra. The holder is Trujillo. Kick is up, and it is no good. He pulled it to the left. So with 5:28 to go in the first quarter, it's Conifer 6, Holy Family nothing. And there's a beautiful shot of the sky and the reservoir. And let's take another look at that 52-yard jaunt.
Well, as you were saying, the sky, everything in the background is beautiful, but how about this fake by Kim? Wonderful fake. Holy Family goes for the fullback, and nobody is there to take care of Thomas Kim. And all he sees is green grass ahead of him, and he knows what to do. He's making a house call, 52 yards for that touchdown.
Showing some good speed.
Outrunning the secondary of Holy Family.
And a great block sprung him.
One wonderful block by Stevie Manning, lineman there. And that's the type of things that Conifer is going to have to do. Again, control the clock, keep the defense of Holy Family off balance, but also, when they get the opportunity, they're going to have to score and score a lot today.
Pena and Martinez are deep. Dominic Pena on the far side of the field, and Jason Martinez on the near side as Travis Tadra approaches. And it will be taken by Martinez at the 8-yard line. Breaks one tackle, but he's swarmed over. A bunch of white jerseys corralling Martinez. And in on that stop for the Lobos was Max Renfro, along with Hunter Askelson. So first and 10, Holy Family. They'll start at their own 23-yard line, trailing 6-0.
Important series here for Holy Family. You have a sophomore quarterback. I know he's played 3. This is his 3rd start, so let's see how he reacts to the early score.
And a fumble. Ball is loose. And it will be Conifer football. And that's the second fumbled snap. So Summers and his center, Preeb, are going to have to get on the same page. That is unacceptable for Mike Gabriel. So the first turnover of the game, and we'll see if we can pick up exactly what happened.
Well, it just looks like it could have been a couple of different things. It could be center quarterback exchange. It could also be that the ball's slippery. Again, we talked about it at the opening of the game, that it's a slippery field out there.
And here's the pitch to Hunter Shively. And Shively gets taken down after a healthy gain. West on the tackle. So the Lobos are in business.
Bill, I like what Conifer is doing. They're pretty much using their whole array of offensive plays on the run-wise against Holy Family. They're keeping them off balance with the pitches, with an option that Kim scored on earlier. So Holy Family really doesn't know where Conifer is going to attack next.
Kim sprints. He goes down. Lost his footing as he is being chased by Jared D. Herrera. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long. Called 3rd and a little more than 10 yards. 4:24 to go in the first quarter and counting. Seth Trujillo comes in with the play for Conifer. I would guess a pass here, although the option worked pretty well last time. Marshall, the fullback, breaking tackles. First down, as he's cut down shy of the 10-yard line. On the tackle was Jacob Balthazar. So a big first down for the Lobos.
Sometimes it's just best to go back to what works, and the basics for Conifer is to run the football. They're going to pass the ball just to keep Holy Family honest on defense, but their game plan is to run the football as much as possible. And on that last play, a broken tackle, and also about a 13, 14-yard gain for the first down.
Kim keeps, and he gets taken down by the linebackers. Sam Quinn on the stop along with Kyle Spengler. That'll bring up 2nd down. Ball right in the center of the field at the 12-yard line. The head coach, Larry Fitzmaurice, when he moved to Colorado from Missouri, where he did some coaching, his first coaching stop in Colorado was for Holy Family. This field was not in existence then. Ball slips out of his hand. Is it a fumble or an incomplete pass?
That's going to be an interesting call, Bill.
And they're going to call it a fumble. First down, Holy Family. So a turnover. And the coaching staff on the far side saying he was throwing the ball. Let's see what happened here for Thomas Kim.
Thomas Kim drops back, and no, he just, the ball slips right out of his hands. Now, he did hit the ball forward as he was going with the follow-through, but that's a fumble.
The ball came out of his hand before he was going forward.
Yeah, the ball came out of his hands before
Looked a little like Kyle Orton there on that play.
But yet again, even in Kyle Orton's place, the field was wet. It's going to be a wet, slick ball out there, which is why Conifer, their game plan is going to work if they continue to stick with the run.
3:14 to go first quarter. Lobos 6, Tigers nothing. Tigers dodge a bullet there. Handoff to Clay up the middle. He drags tacklers out to the 12-yard line. Short gain of 2. And stacking up the middle was Dylan Tussey, 6'1", 181 pounds. And we will not mention any heights or weights for Holy Family because they don't put it on their roster.
Well, everybody's large in charge for Holy Family.
Well, we'll just make up heights and weights as we go along for the Tigers.
No problem.
David Summers gives the ball to Clay. And not much running room. And again, Stephen Manning in on the action. Larry Fitzmaurice wasn't joking when he said that Stephen Manning may be his best player along with Patrick Marshall. But getting back to Fitzmaurice, he coached for Holy Family in the early 80s before moving on to Green Mountain for 10 years. And then when Conifer opened in 1996, he was their head coach. So he's been around.
Definitely not a bad area to coach at.
Summers straight back. Downfield complete to Urashis. Good for a first down. And that's very good sideline recognition by Urashis. He knew how much he needed for the first down, and he didn't cut the route short.
And not only did he know, but that's a timing pattern on a wet field. Look the way that Summers drops back, He goes and throws just in under balance, throws it right to Urashis, who is about 2 to 3 yards in front of the first down marker, holds on to the ball, secures it, and it's first down.
Great job on the camera work, as always, by our crew. Summers, quick out. Complete to Balthazar. And he gets out to the 45-yard line, make it the 46 before he's shoved out of bounds. Elenewski on the stop. But it looked like the cornerback slipped.
Well, the quarterback slipped. Again, a wet turf out there, but yet again, what a nice pass, just the way that Summers is coming under balance. A great pass to Balthazar, who gives the quarterback a stiff arm before he's taken out of bounds.
That was Cameron Seahas who slipped. Summers 4 for 5, 51 yards, going deep for Urashis, and he's got it. Tight coverage by Trujillo, but Urashis pulls it in at the Conifer 38-yard line. So Summers heating up, and Urashis limping off.
Yeah, but you have to go and talk about the confidence that Coach Gabriel has in David Summers. What a great pass here to Urashis, but also the quarterback for Conifer didn't look back with the correct shoulder. If he looks back the opposite way, he's going to have a chance to make a play on the ball.
Clay up the middle, penalty marker, and we'll wait to see. Picked up about 4 yards, maybe 5. Chop block again on Holy Family. Minute 16 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 in favor of Conifer, thanks to a 52-yard run by quarterback Thomas Kim.
And one other thing, Bill, I just want to go and reiterate again, just the play that Sept Trujillo made again on the last passing play. If your shoulders are towards the sideline and your head is towards the ball, just like the wide receiver, you're going to have a chance to make a play on the ball. And with the pass like that hung up just a little bit by Summers, Trujillo would have had a better shot at just even getting an interception, batting down the ball. So those are the small things that are going to really affect the game as time goes on.
So a 15-yard penalty, and that'll bring up a 1st and 25 for Holy Family. Ball now at their own 49-yard line. Two men in the backfield, De Herrera and Clay. Summers finds Clay across the middle for a minimal pickup. He is taken down by Stephen Manning. I've been impressed with Manning in the early going. That'll be a 4-yard pickup. So 2nd down and 21 as we're under a minute to go. Gintis Urashis comes back in after limping off a moment ago. West is the tight end to the right side of the line. We'll see if they try to sneak a tight end over the middle.
There he is.
Summers with time, downfield, incomplete, intended for West, the tight end. That'll bring up 3rd and long. Stops the clock with 22 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, the tight end opened up on the drag play on the boot, as the boot was to the left side of the field, which is a tough throw anytime that you're a right-hander. You have to make sure that you get your shoulders parallel to where you're going to throw the ball, parallel to the field. So it's a very, very tough throw.
Urashis to the far side. To the near side is Colin McGillen. And that goes nowhere. The draw to De Herrera. Did not fool Conifer. And clock is winding down. That should be the last play of the first quarter. So the Lobos looking good through 12 minutes. Our score after one period of play, Conifer 6, Holy Family nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter after this. Second quarter ready to start. There's the score. The Lobos and the Tigers. Do you know what a Lobo is, Justin?
I have no clue.
It's like a mean dog.
Wow, okay.
They're wolves, right? Well, a wolf is a mean dog. A wolf is like a dog on steroids.
So it's not like that Taco Bell dog. It's not a nice kind of pet.
So Holy Family will kick the ball away on 4th and 20. Deep for the Lobos is A.J. Elenowski and Seth Trujillo. Snap, and the kick is away from Clay. It'll bounce and roll to the inside the 5-yard line. And Justin, you'd like to see a guy come up and make the catch, but if he can't make the catch, it's better to play it safe instead of a difficult catch and risking a fumble.
The rule is usually you have your returner at the 10-yard line. If the ball goes over his head, then you let the ball go because usually it's going to be in the end zone. But if it is in front of the 10-yard line, he needs to catch the ball and move on with it. I think that was a great move that was made there by the returner.
43-yard punt. Conifer takes over. 1st and 10, just inside their own 10-yard line. Conifer with 4 first downs in the first quarter. Here's the give to Elenowski, and he gets across the 10. Penalty marker on the play. Total rushing yardage that quarter for Conifer, and they ran the ball pretty well, led by the 42 yards of the quarterback, Kim. 52 of those on the touchdown, but he did lose a couple of yards. 84 yards, or 89 yards total on the ground. And here's the call from the official. So half the distance to the goal on the holding call. That'll bring up a rare 1st and 12. So here's where Holy Family would like to pin Conifer deep and get the ball back in good field position.
Maybe you could get a safety. It's going to be very important for the defense of Holy Family to hold here.
And here's the give to Elenowski, and he gets taken down. West and Hallwedell on the tackle. So that time Elenowski didn't go very far. He's got 5 carries for 24 yards. And look at that scene there, Justin Adams.
A beautiful scene, beautiful day for football. And this is what you expect when you come out to a school like Holy Family, to a place like Gabriel Stadium. I mean, this is a great place to play football.
Even a rainbow in the sky. Kim dancing around. He has no room, and he goes down. Nice job by Andrew Horner, the senior defensive lineman. And Horner makes the play and comes out of the game. That'll bring up 3rd and 11 for Conifer. Have you ever been to Conifer?
I've never been to Conifer before.
It's in the mountains, not that far. It's a nice little town.
I have to go. Now, I've been to Lookout Mountain before, so.
I didn't ask you if you were at Lookout Mountain. I asked you if you went to Conifer.
Well,
I formation.
Been past it.
That's a quick kick by Kim. So nobody deep, but they're not going to get a roll on this soggy grass, and it takes a bounce for Holy Family. So they'll be in business at the 30-yard line. So 3rd and 11, they tried the quick kick. Are you surprised at that?
No, I'm not surprised at all, because you surprise Holy Family for a punt block, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about the perfect snap to your punter, especially where you're so backed up in your own territory. Even though Holy Family is going to get the ball at the 30-yard line, it's still better than giving up 2 points or giving up 6 because of a blocked punt.
Okay. That was just a 26-yard punt. So David Summers, whose brother Joe played here a couple of years ago, rolls out. Pass is complete to Urashis, and it's good for a 1st down. So we know who the favorite receiver early on is for David Summers, and that is Gintis Urashis. So that's the 5th first down of the game for the Tigers. Coming in with the play, Chuck Hallwaddell, the wide receiver. D. Herrera, the fullback. Clay is the tailback. Clay gets it. And he gets upended. Coming up with support is Griffin Anley, the free safety. Several brother combinations on this team. We mentioned the Anley brothers are twins. Patrick and Matthew Marshall are brothers. Also, Max and Alex Renfro are brothers.
So it's just a team full of siblings on this team, pretty much.
Pretty much. Second down and a long 7. Clay bounces out and goes down. Excellent pursuit. Tackle made by Jay Moody. That time it looked like Jay was in a bad Moody as he brought Clay down. That'll bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd down and 13. Let's take a look at Moody on the pursuit.
Well, Moody on the pursuit saw the play as just a great pursuit overall by Conifer before Moody comes in and has a sure tackle. And that's one of the things that Fitzmaurice was talking about, was to make the just to make the tackle, just to make sure you grab some cloth and you make the sure tackle and not to have any broken.
Summers will keep. And he gets tackled by Manning. Also in on the stop was Griffin Anley. And that'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see if they try a field goal. And they will send out the field goal unit. So it'll be Marco Leonardo, a sophomore, attempting the field goal off the hold from Scout Cox. This will be a 35-yard attempt. Snap, hold, kick is long enough, and it is good. So a nice boot by Marco Leonardo. And with 8:01 to go in the second quarter, the Tigers are on the board. It's Conifer 6, Holy Family 3. And Justin, that kick would have been good from more than 40.
Yeah, it's not Janikowski range for it's good from 63. But as we talked to Coach Gabriel earlier before the game, he said that his kicker is pretty good from 45 and in. As he gives him a hug there. Yeah, as Coach Gabriel gives his kicker a hug. Just 45 and in if the wind is down. And as you can see, the wind is down. So great distance, great kick, great protection, which is always important. As we saw in the games last week, we did Broomfield and Legacy. There was a couple of blocked extra point attempts. There was 3, as Don is pointing out, because there wasn't good protection. So whenever you have those 3 elements together, you're going to have a good field goal.
And you're right, you have to have all 3. You have to have a good snap and hold, have to have protection, and of course the kick helps. So Leonardo will tee it up at the 40-yard line, and it will be A.J. Elenowski and Seth Trujillo. Deep. Also back is Connor Anley for the Lobos. Leonardo hits a liner off the hands of Griffin Anley, who picks it up. And he gets wrapped up. Several tacklers involved. Leading the charge was Jake Shepard, who is a junior quarterback playing special teams. So the Lobos start 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Conifer has a 6-3 advantage with 7:55 to go in the first quarter. And remember, they missed an extra point after the touchdown run by Kim in the first quarter. Thomas Kim, the pitch to Elenowski. He loses yardage. Who's in on the tackle? Well, how about the entire defense? Colin McGillen on the stop, along with Kyle Spengler and friends.
Yeah, but it's all about the penetration of number 77, Dante Colwell, as he came in the backfield and slowed up the running back. And when he slowed up the running back, the pursuit of the Holy Family defense caught up with him.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down 12. Thought they lost a little more than that. Kim keeps. Little flip to Patrick Marshall. It's intercepted. Did he maintain possession? Jacob Balthazar. And they're going to say he held it long enough. So Balthazar with the interception. Second turnover by Conifer. But now they're going to talk it over. Let's take another look at this, Justin.
Well, this may be something that, as you remember Troy Polamalu a couple of, in 2005 in the playoffs against the Colts, where he had the interception, but then as he rolled over on the ground, he kind of, spiked the ball afterwards. And that's the same thing that we see right here by Balthazar. As he gets the football, as he's coming up, then he looks like he's going to spike it down. The ball just slips out of his hands.
I think that was a good call by the officials. He definitely had it. So see if Holy Family can strike. And judging by the previous field goal by Leonardo, they're already in field goal range. Clay up the middle. Picks his way through traffic down to the 20-yard line. Grabbed by Jay Moody. So call it second down and about 3 at the 21-yard line of Conifer.
A great blocking by the offensive line in order to cut the Conifer defense, in order to open up the huge hole there for the 6-yard gain.
Clay, 7 carries, 17 yards. Here's his 8th carry, and he loses a yard. Excellent penetration up front. Not sure who blew that play up. Oh, it was the big man, 74, Don Fuller.
Don Fuller, 6'6", 290 pounds to be exact, Bill. A guy who's very athletic, and somebody that Holy Family is going to have to get down. Either you're going to have to cut him, you're going to have to double team him, you may even have to triple team him, but he is the player that they're going to have to move if they're going to get their running game going.
McGillen split to the far side. Summers being pressured. Downfield, it is incomplete, intended for McGillen. He was covered on the play by Seahas. Mentioned Don Fuller at 290 pounds. He's pretty solid too. We saw him on the field before the game. He's not a big tub of goo.
Not a huge player, but yeah, he's very athletic. But as we look at the replay, just can't hold on to the ball.
I think Seahas got a hand on it.
Yeah.
So Leonardo will try it again. This one from 29-yard line, a 39-yard field goal. It's on its way. It's long enough, and it is good. And we are tied at 6 as Marco Leonardo, first a 35-yarder, now a 39-yarder. And with 6 minutes even left in the second quarter, we've got a brand new football game, Justin Adams.
And as the cannons go off, it sure does help to have a kicker like Leonardo who is able to make field goals. When your offense is sputtering for Holy Family. We talked about in the opening of the game about how these are 2 high-scored offenses. Well, there's only been one long run by Kim for a touchdown, and then afterwards you pretty much just have kind of a fight here on both sides where you need the help of a good kicker as Leonardo there for Holy Family to go and convert those 2 short fields.
And we've seen many high school football games in the past. Sometimes the kicking game can be an adventure, and when you have that reliable, dependable kicker, that is a weapon. We saw many years legacy at Kip Smith. Kevin Eberhardt several years back for Broomfield. He ended up kicking at Colorado. And now, obviously, a good kicker for Holy Family here, and Marco Leonardo, who tees it up. Another liner. Elenewski fields it at the 8, straight up the middle, and he is brought down by Tyler Hisson, backup wide receiver. So the Lobos a little bit stunned after turning the ball over a couple of times. They will start at their own 24-yard line.
But again, it could be a whole lot worse for Conifer. They could be down 14-6 right now, but because of the way that their defense has held, it's a brand new ball game, and it's only tied up at 6-6 apiece.
And the handoff goes to Elenewski. He gains about 2, maybe 3. On the tackle was Colin McGillen and Kyle Spengler. Coming in with the play is Cameron Seahas for the Lobos. Call it second down and a long 6. And this field is heavily crowned, which means it slopes toward the sidelines for drainage purposes. To the fullback, Marshall gets to the 30-yard line before he is corralled. Not sure who made the stop. It looked like it was Nico Elliott on the tackle.
Bill, I get the feeling that this is just a game that Conifer wants. You want a game where it's close throughout, and Holy Family's played the game that Conifer wants them to play, as they both have to run the ball. They both are going to struggle for the most part in order to gain yardage. So whichever team is going to make the bigger play is going to win this game.
And here's a halfback option. Shively fires deep and complete to Trujillo. Little trickery. And a big first down, a 40-yard reception. Good heavens. So let's check this play out on the replay. Hunter Shively gets the pitch.
Yeah, and you know what, Coach Fritz Morrison, we talked to him about trick plays, and he didn't mention this play that he had a halfback option in his playbook, but what a great pass to Seth Trujillo, who catches the ball, and they have the first down.
Elenewski carries left, finally taken down after good yardage, but I believe this is going to come back. That was a very tight spiral thrown by Hunter Shively. He is a backup quarterback. Little guy at 5'7", 142. But a big arm. And here's the call from Don Gilman. Okay. So a break for Conifer as the Holy Family defender grabs some face mask. So it's a do-over.
Do-over. And
there's Mike Gabriel.
Mike Gabriel there. And getting the chance to coach to coach over your father, I mean, must be a great feeling to learn under his tutelage.
He learned from his dad, and now he's his dad's boss.
And to take over a great program like Holy Family must be a wonderful feeling.
Downfield, incomplete. Pass broken up by Scout Cox. Pass was intended for Connor Anley.
And again on this play, this is a rollout, a fake run by Kim as he boots to the right. And he just looks like he throws up the ball for anybody to have. And what a great play on defense by number 2 there, Scout Cox, in order to make the stop on the play and almost had the interception.
2nd and 10, Conifer. Here's some trickery. Double inside handoff goes to Jake Heinrich, and the senior is brought down after a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards.
Bill,
it was an interesting play.
Interesting play. I love the way that Conifer is running their offense, because Holy Family has to pay attention to every gap, and they have to make sure that they play their responsibilities. If they don't, then it's going to be a wide open run for one of Conifer's players.
They give him 3 yards, 3rd and 7. Elenewski stopped by West, and Spengler gets to the 25-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down, and we will have a timeout taken by Conifer, and that is their first timeout of the first half. So they have 2 remaining with 3:25 left on the clock. At halftime, we'll have the halftime statistics. And it's been an interesting game so far. And Justin, we talked about the potent offenses in the pregame. We're seeing a lot of defense and turnovers playing a part.
It's still early. There's still a lot of time left over. But let's go look at the schedule that we have for the next couple of games here.
And we'll be back here at Holy Family next week as Centaurus pays a visit to this nice facility. That'll be a Friday night game. I prefer Friday night than Thursday night, Justin. I don't know about you.
I prefer any night. Anytime you get a chance to lace up the pads and everything, strap up and everything, is wonderful.
And we talked about the 2 wins that Holy Family had. The first one in impressive fashion over Steamboat, and that was in Steamboat Springs. So no bus lag. I don't think Holy Family flew up there, so I'm guessing they took a bus.
Or I don't think they stayed in a hotel also.
If it was Texas, they would have flown and stayed in a 5-star hotel and then wonder why they don't have enough money for school books. 4th down and 5, and the Lobos are going to go for it. See if they try to drum off sides. No. Elenewski, he gets stopped. Nice play by Garrett West. He didn't get suckered in, kept his position, and made a sure tackle.
Yeah, and again, we talk about staying true to your responsibilities, not getting fooled by any type of fakes that are going to be made in the backfield by Conifer. A great play by West. It's 1st down for Holy Family. And it's going to be interesting to see what Holy Family does with about 3:30 left to go. And they have all their timeouts. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Coach Gabriel has his troops do.
Ball spot at the 24-yard line of Holy Family. David Summers flushed out of the pocket. A screen to Clay. And they may have a block in the back, as getting up with his arms outstretched was the Conifer defender. On the defense for Conifer was Drake Weber. And I think that was a good call.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be we're going to have a replay of the call here, so we're going to see a screen pass, which is what you want to do anytime you're going within a 4-minute offense before the end of the half. Is you just want to get your offense moving. And so a great screen pass, but as you just see over there, holding on the wide receiver. And so that's going to be 10 yards back, and they're going to have 1st and 20.
By the way, Seth Trujillo finished that play with a textbook tackle, and that is what Larry Fitzmaurice was talking about, that his secondary had to tackle well.
And when they're tackling well, they stay in games a whole lot better, and they're doing so today.
So 1st down and 15. Summers across the middle, complete to the crossing receiver, Colin McGillen, the senior. Short gain, maybe 2 yards on the play. Under 3 minutes to go, 2:49 and counting. We're tied at 6. Conifer with a touchdown run in the 1st quarter by Kim, 52 yards. The extra point was missed. And then Holy Family with 2 field goals here in the 2nd quarter by Marco Leonardo of 35 and 39 yards, and that's where we stand, 6 apiece. 2nd down, 13, Tigers. Summers and Urashis cannot hang on. And that'll bring up a 3rd and long. And Justin, you were a tight end at Montbello and at CU. First thing they tell you, look the ball in, and I think Gintis Urashis may have taken his eye off the ball.
Well, Urashis saw the ball, you see the ball, you catch the ball. And you know what, sometimes it happens where the ball hits your head, you thought you had it, you just turn your head forward, and unfortunately the ball didn't follow him.
Draw to Clay, and he gets pounded. Good heavens, he gets crushed. It was Jay Moody.
Good night.
On the tackle. And timeout taken by Conifer, and this is a wise timeout. On the clock, 2 minutes, 12 seconds.
Bill, I don't want to sound real corny, but I am here way to come in a bad moody. Can I say it that way?
Sure you can.
All right. Well,
seeing that I used it earlier.
Well, yeah. That was pretty corny.
Stealing
but
my line.
It sounds better when I say it.
Here's the interesting thing about Conifer that I found in the first 2 games. Identical scores. But the first time they lost, they won last week. I don't think we'll have a 42-20 game today, but you never know.
I would like to say still early, but about 3 minutes left.
October 21st, they play at Englewood.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough game.
Fishing at the Bay. 1 book, 1 Broomfield film viewing. Go to broomfield.org. There's a lot of stuff going on that we don't have space for to put on the screen. The Great Broomfield Pumpkin Festival. Remember Charlie Brown? They always had the Great Pumpkin thing.
I do.
Connor Clay will kick it away. Good pressure, but he gets off a nice high kick. Fair catch called. That was Griffin Anley on the fair catch. And they'll spot the ball at the Tigers' 47-yard line. So with 2:10 to go, and by the way, I find it hard to believe that punt took 2 seconds off the clock, 29-yard punt. I'm not making friends up here, Justin.
Yeah, you're not. You know, anytime you make a comment by that, it's okay unless you're right by the scorekeeper who's doing the time. So, not making much friends at all.
So, plenty of time left for the Lobos with one timeout. Kim pumps, goes long, too far, intended for Trujillo, and a flag on the play.
Oh, it looks like we're going to have pass interference on Jason Martinez defending on the play.
You may have heard some groans in the background. A pro Holy Family press box. So we'll go against the Tigers. And for Holy Family, that's their third penalty of the first half. Here's the call. So that will put the ball at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lobos. Every time I think Lobos, I think of two things.
Yes.
New Mexico and Rebecca. They'll put the ball 32-yard line. Thomas Kim gives to Marshall, the fullback, and he gets tackled immediately. As on the stop was Sam Quinn, Kyle Spengler, and Jared D. Herrera. Clock continues to roll. Minute 41 and counting. 2nd and 9 for Conifer. Kim, complete. And he hits Seth Trujillo. Good for 1st down. So the clock stops momentarily. Minute 28 left.
Yeah, and a nice rollout play by Kim as he gets a great protection by the line in front of him, which gives enough time for Trujillo to catch the ball to come back.
Elenewski gets the carry up the middle. And we've got a timeout taken by Conifer, I would assume. Yes, that is their 3rd and final timeout with a minute 12 on the clock. They'll face a 2nd down and 7. So now with no timeouts left, Justin, do you expect them to go to the air?
Yeah, I do expect them to go to the air, but there's still enough time where you can run the ball, you can pretty much unpile everybody and still run some plays within the regular set of your offense. So you don't have to speed up too much about the offense as they have the big man, number 74 in there. That is a huge guy, Don Fuller, as we said earlier, 6'6", 290. And Bill, yeah, he's not sloppy huge. He's just an athletic kid. Looks very good.
He is built solid. Sometimes you see kids have some baby fat on them. But he looks to be pretty solid, and he's only a junior, which makes head coach Larry Fitzmaurice smile.
Yeah, only a junior at 6'6", 290.
So he's still growing.
Still growing. Still growing. Unbelievable.
I'm guessing it's not cheap to feed old Don.
Well, we can ask our old Don and see that bill.
Kim's going to keep it. Tries to turn the corner. Gets positive yardage, but he's short of a 1st down. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 3, maybe 4.
And this could catch the Holy Family offense off guard by doing a no huddle.
Over the middle, complete. And I believe they have a 1st down. That pass was complete to Griffin Anley. And let's take another look at that.
Bill, as we quickly look at the replay, what a great pass by Kim. And we call this a pop pass just to get the ball as quickly as you can to the tight end. And that's what happens there for Anley to get the necessary yardage for the 1st down.
Sammy Quinn on the tackle. So it will be 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line with 48 seconds left. Clock is started. Kim rolls to his right. To the end zone. Incomplete. Pass went to Griffin Anley, and looks like it was on the coverage, Jacob Balthazar. That'll stop the clock, second down.
Well, and yet again, another fake. And all the rollout passes have been to the right for Kim. It looks like it was going to be a nice catch, but a great defensive play by number 9, Balthazar, on the defense for Holy Family.
We'll try this side. Throws toward the end zone. Overthrows his intended receiver, Griffin Anley. So that'll bring up a 3rd and goal. Clock stopped at 33 seconds. And Justin, if they run a play here and they don't get a touchdown, they can't spike the ball because it'll be 4th down. They'll have to rush the field goal unit on.
And that's what it comes back to, practice. That's something that Coach Fitzmaurice and his crew have practiced with Conifer earlier, is to go over situations like this. Go over when you're 30 seconds in. Can we run a play and then hurry up and do a hurry-up play of getting our field goal team out? And it looks like that we'll see if they have practiced it or not after this play.
Kim's going to go down, and the clock may run out. They're going to have to rush the field goal unit on. 25 seconds left and counting.
Bill, they have more than enough time to get everybody on the field, to get everybody set, to get your kicker ready to go.
Travis Tadra lines it up at the 22. It'll be a 32-yard attempt. 11 seconds left. Snap. Kick is on the way. Flag flies. It's no good anyway. So that will probably kill the clock. 4 seconds left. Holy Family, of course, will deny it. Is that too many men on the... So here's the call. So the Tigers dodge another bullet.
Bill, what you want to do on the sideline in a situation like that is, as a coach, you want to make sure you have all your players who are supposed to be on the field goal team at the front of the sidelines, so you know exactly who needs to be in the game.
It's a fire drill.
It's a fire drill. But even with the fire drill, it could be a controlled fire drill. You know the guys are supposed to be in there. You have 25 seconds, which is pretty much the regular allotment of time that you're going to have on a regular play anyway. So unfortunately, that didn't work. They missed the kick anyway, but whenever you miss out on opportunities like that, especially going into someone else's place like Holy Family, that could cost you at the end of the game.
So Summers the kneel down, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Our score, Conifer 6, Holy Family 6. When we come back, we'll have the scoring recap and the halftime statistics. You're watching high school football on KCCB, Channel 8. And Holy Family will kick off to Conifer. If you remember, Conifer won the toss and deferred. So after the first play, we'll take a look at the halftime stats. And Conifer looking good statistically. Marco Leonardo had a couple of field goals in the first half. We'll boot it away. And we are underway. And it comes to Elanowski across the 25. Still on his feet. Elanowski to the 50. It's a foot race. Leonardo, the last chance. And Leonardo dives, and he's in for the score. No, stopped at the 1. Good heavens.
Bill, this play is going to be called back, and it's going to be around the 35-yard line, as there's going to be a block in the back on a Conifer defender.
And it is a block in the back. Now, which 35-yard line?
Actually, it's going to be the 40-yard line of Holy Family. So
okay,
it's going to take a return by Elanowski, which would have started Conifer at the 3-yard line, and now it's going to push them all the way back to around midfield.
And here's the replay. Terrible tackling by Holy Family. A lot of arm tackling. There was no reason to block anyone in the back.
Well, you know what? That's a lot of desire also by number one. But you can see the block in the back right there. And it's well behind the play, and there is no reason for it. And plays like that are going to hurt you, especially in a close game like this.
That turns out to be a 50-yard penalty in essence.
It reminds you a lot about what happened in the first half where Conifer started their first drive around the 50-yard line. As we look at the halftime stats.
First play from scrimmage at the 50. Here's the give. And that goes to Hunter Shively, and he gets wrapped up. Let's go back to the halftime stats, and you'll see that the points off turnovers, 3 for Holy Family, but passing yards pretty similar, but rushing yards, Holy Family only 15. That really stands out. And total yards, 174 to 107. And here's Shively again, right side, breaking tackles. Shively gets brought down short of a first down, but a nice gain of about 8. On the tackle for Holy Family was Kyle Spengler.
And quickly, Bill, before we continue on with the next play, the reason why the total yardage is so low for Holy Family is because their 2 scoring drives were plus 30, as in the plus 30-yard line for Conifer, plus 30. So, you know, they're going 30 and in. It's going to be very easy for them to score.
3rd and 3. Straight up the middle, and it appears to be a first down. And that was Patrick Marshall, stopped by Kyle Spengler. But it is enough for a Conifer first down. That is their 10th of the evening. 10:39 to go, third quarter. We're tied at 6. Again, that missed extra point by Conifer looming large. And they also had an opportunity to tack on a field goal late in the second quarter. Did not pan out. Elenewski is stopped. Give him maybe a yard. Bring up 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 39-yard line of the Tigers. Holy Family in the purple and gold. In the green, white, and black are the Lobos.
2nd down and 10 to go for the Lobos.
It looks like there's some confusion for the next play call.
Kim looking at his wristband to see the play. Another double handoff. Inside it goes to Connor Anley. Elenewski got the original handoff, gave it to Anley. Little misdirection, not really confusing the Tigers.
The exact same play that we saw in the first half, and it didn't confuse the Tigers too much, as you talked about earlier, but it still was a positive gain for 6 yards, which puts Conifer in a perfect position at 3rd and 4. They could do a rollout, they could do a boot, they could also do a run, or they could do an option, the same play that Kim scored in the first quarter.
And here's a double handoff to this side. And moving along is Connor Anley, and they will move the chains, I believe. It is a first down. So Conifer, their opening possession, moving the football. We'll take another look at this double handoff.
Yeah, and there's just nothing more, you know, a double handoff to the near side of the field, and if it works well once, the previous play, then try it again, and as they have right there for Conifer, they get the necessary yardage for the first down.
Shively stacked up. West and Spengler and company in on the tackle. That'll bring up a 2nd down. Under 9 minutes to go, third quarter. Again, our official, Dan Gilman, restarts the clock.
And at some point for Holy Family on their defense, the defensive line has to begin to get a little tired with all the running that Conifer is doing.
Marshall straight through the middle, stopped by Spengler again. Minimal gain. That'll bring up a 3rd and long for Conifer. Can't believe you've never been to Conifer.
Never been to Conifer before.
They used to have that hot dog place up there, Coney Island. I don't think it's there anymore.
Well, the only Coney Island I've ever heard of is in New York, where you're from.
Well, this Coney Island was actual hot dog you ate inside.
Who knew?
Stuff gave you gas, though. 3rd and 8. Kim with room. He's going to tuck it away. Rushed out of bounds, close to a first down. and we'll see where the spot is. And if it's 4th and short, I would guess that head coach Larry Fitzmaurice would go for it.
It's going to be 4th down, and that's exactly what they're going to do. No hesitation by Coach Fitzmaurice. That's what I like to see.
Well, their kicking game, they've missed an extra point. They had a field goal with 12 guys on the field, but the field goal was missed anyway.
But, Bill, this is Conifer's identity. Even if they did have a field goal kicker who could make this kick, this is what they do.
Quarterback sneak, and it all depends on the spot. On the tackle was Nico Elliott. All Kim needed was a yard. He's rushed for 90 yards tonight on 7 carries. All right, Eagle Eye. What do you think here, Justin?
I say he gets it by the nose.
Okay, I will agree with you.
Well, you can't just agree with me. What do you think? What, you say by the nose.
There you go.
All righty.
Good call, 81. That was Justin's number when he played at Colorado. Is that your high school number too?
84 was my high school number.
Okay. So you wouldn't be offended if I called you 84?
No, I would not. Not at all.
You prefer 81?
I do prefer 81.
Okay. 1st and 10, Lobos. Helenuski cuts it up inside the 15-yard line down to the 13 before he's tackled by West and Holwedell.
Great block by number 27, Patrick Marshall, on that play. Just popping the end and opening up the running lane for Helenuski on the play.
2nd down and a short 5. Another double handoff. And Conifer stops that play after a gain of about 1. The ball carrier, Connor Anley, a senior, 5'11", 160 pounds. That'll bring up a critical 3rd down. Ball is at the Holy Family 12-yard line.
Bill, you're so close. You've already tried the double handoff on the last time you had the same type of yardage, so you basically roll out.
And it is a rollout. Little screen pass, knocked down, incomplete. And if Colin McGillen comes up with it, he's got himself a touchdown.
2 plays where it could have been touchdown for either side of the ball for each team, because if the defender catches the ball, he has about an 80-yard interception return for a touchdown. If the receiver for Conifer catches the ball, as we're going to look at the replay here before the field goal, it's a great call by Coach Fitzmaurice here, but just a great way to bat down the ball by number 10 for Holy Family.
Travis Tadra will try a 30-yard field goal. Kick is up long enough, and it hits the left upright, no good. So a tough break for the junior kicker, Travis Tadra. And we are still tied at 6. There's the scoreboard. 6:45 left, 3rd quarter.
Bill, I'm chuckling because
upright is still shaking.
It's still shaking, but I'm chuckling a little bit because you said earlier, as we were talking with the coach for Conifer, you were talking about, overtime would be nice, and he said, yeah, it would be nice. Well, it's 6-6, and even though we're still early in the 3rd quarter, it's a very much of a possibility here.
David Summers, sophomore quarterback, flings it across the middle of the field, complete to Urashis. Urashis across the 50 in a foot race, and Urashis will score. And there are no flags on the play. Good heavens. An 80-yard hookup. David Summers to get this Urashis. And the score is now 12-6, Holy Family. And the very important extra point coming up with Marco Leonardo attempting it out of the hold of Scout Cox. That brought the fans to their feet, Justin. And after this extra point, we'll take a look at it.
Brought a lot of excitement to the fans here. What a great play.
And the extra point is good. Oh, check that. No good.
Wow.
What was I looking at? So both teams have missed an extra point, and the score is 12-6, Holy Family.
Well, let's keep that mixed extra point in the back of our minds. But again, what a great rollout to the right for David Summers as he finds his man Urashis, who stops in the middle of the zone, and there's nobody there. Actually looks more like man coverage as Conifer was all flowing to the left. Well, Urashis catches the ball in the middle, takes the ball the opposite way to the right, to the far side of the field, and he sees nothing but green grass. Touchdown for Holy Family.
Urashis looked like he was late for dinner on that one.
Or
his family's right in front of us, by the way.
Yeah.
The very last row of the seats, right against the press box. They were jumping and hooting and hollering, as you might expect. So we are midway through the third quarter. Holy Family with their first touchdown of the night. And again, they missed extra point. Leonardo has 2 nice field goals today. But that extra point could loom large. Leonardo, just a sophomore.
And Bill, it's really not surprising that it came off of a missed field goal for Conifer. That's a huge momentum swing for the rest of this game. Holy Family last week only scored 6 points in the first half also.
Squib kick bounces to Elenewski at the 20. Elenewski had the return last time, still on his feet, out across the 40-yard line. So a good return, and Conifer will start out in good shape at their own 41-yard line.
Elenewski is the type of player that when he gets the ball in the open field, he has something of a want-to spirit behind him, because he will not allow anybody to just tackle him. He will allow just one person to get him down. So it's going to take a collective effort by Holy Family to get him down, either special teams or the open field. So I look for Coach Fritz Morris to get the ball to him as the game continues.
He runs hard, and as the game wears on, it could be an advantage. Marshall gets a yard, maybe 2, before he is stopped in the middle of that defense. Nico Elliott, also Kyle Spengler. We've said Kyle Spengler's name a lot tonight. He's been active from that inside linebacker spot. Second down and along 7.
And Bill, I'm very interested as we talk about how the draws have been taken care of. We haven't seen a lot of option plays after the first quarter by Conifer.
There's a pass complete down to the Tigers' 37-yard line, and it looked like it was Griffin Andley on the reception. So first down for the Lobos. It's 1st and 10 at the Holy Family 37-yard line, as Thomas Kim on target that time with a pretty pass. Elenewski gets about 3 before he's tackled. On the stop was Sam Quinn. Second down and along 7. I've noticed, Justin, that Kim is a lot more accurate when he's rolling out to his right.
Well, if you're a right-handed quarterback, it comes more natural, and it's easier to throw the ball off your right-hand side than whether you have to throw the ball across your body. So naturally, it's going to be an easier throw for him.
Here's the pitch, and getting steamrolled by Quinn was Jake Heinrich. Heinrich thought he had some room, and he was smelled out by Quinn.
What a great open form tackle by Quinn. Just not to get fooled at all by the option play. Sized up his man and tackled him. And a great form tackle, and that's the type of things that Holy Family is going to have to continue to do if they want to win this game.
On that play, he was the mighty Quinn.
Yes.
3rd and 9, loss of 2 on the play. And here comes again Heinrich. Gets some yards, but not enough for a first down. And a Conifer player getting up slowly. And that is number 63, who is not on our roster. We'll call him Eddie Gumbo.
Yeah, Eddie Gumbo. You know, interesting call here, Bill, because you could pin Holy Family inside their own 10-yard line, but it looks like Conifer is going to go for the first down here.
I don't know. If you were the coach, what would you do?
I would punt the ball. Your defense has done pretty well. You only gave up 1 long passing play. Continue to play a field position game.
Elenewski is tackled for a loss. Big play on the defense by Jacob Balthazar. And Holy Family takes over on downs. And that's a big momentum shift there.
Just like
so right now, everything going Holy Family's way.
Yeah, just like the missed field goal. You're going to have a play here where you have the pitch to the outside where you have pretty good blocking, but you also have good penetration, as you see number 9 right there on defense for Holy Family make a really great tackle. And that's Jake Balthazar just getting the backfield, stand up the play, and make the tackle. So great play.
1st and 10, Holy Family at their own 33-yard line. Summers downfield looking for Urashis. Overthrown. Nice coverage by Seth Trujillo. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Conifer, their last 5 drives, an interception, turned it over on downs, missed field goal, and turned it over on downs.
That's pretty much 5 turnovers that we talked about for Conifer. And how fortunate they are is 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter that they're only down by 6 points.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Blitz is picked up. Screen to Urashis. Urashis turns the corner. He's got a 1st down at the 45-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Nice call against the pressure.
A really good call by Coach Gabriel on a middle screen to Urashis. And what it does is you want to spread everybody out, and you want to get the ball into your best player's hands, and that's Urashis for Holy Family. And he turns it up left as he turns the corner and makes a spin move there to get the 1st down.
Here's the handoff to De Herrera, and he gets submarined on a nice tackle by Griffin Anley. Minimal gain, bring up 2nd down and about 8. David Summers tonight is 10 for 15, 182 yards and a touchdown. And that touchdown, that's exactly what Coach Larry Fitzmaurice was afraid of against Holy Family, their potent passing game. He said they needed to make tackles, not that last time. 2nd down, call at 7. Clay gets pushed back. The defensive front for Conifer has been strong tonight, and Clay really hasn't gotten on track. He's carried 10 times for just 12 yards.
But again, where does it start with? As we talk about for Conifer, it starts with their big guy, number 74, the 6'6", 290 kid. And I mean, it's impressive to see just how he totally takes over the defensive line for Conifer as we talk about Don Fuller.
Dylan Tussey has been also very good along the defensive line for Conifer. Summers. Pass batted down by Elenewski, intended for the tight end West.
Yeah, that's a play where Summers just took a little bit too long to make the pass, just to decide on what to do. Either you run the ball, you pass the ball, and that's the option that you get anytime that you have a boot. You always have a run-pass option. You just have to make your decision a little bit sooner.
Clay will punt it, and deep for the Lobos is Griffin Anley.
Yeah, quickly just looking at the deflected pass as we have talked about in the last play.
Back to live action. Clay trying to angle it toward the sideline inside the 10. And it's down at the 7-yard line. Excellent punt by Connor Clay. And that's a punt of 45 yards. So Conifer will have a long way to go with 1:57 to go in the 3rd quarter. They started the clock, but it should not have started. So the officials call a timeout. So they'll reset it. There's the story. Conifer got on top first in the 1st quarter. Thomas Kim, a 52-yard keeper for a score. Then in the 2nd quarter, it was Marco Leonardo, a 35-yard field goal and a 39-yard field goal, and that's where we stood at halftime, 6-6. And here in the 3rd, an 80-yard pass play from Summers to Urashis. And the extra point missed, so that's the scoring, 12-6 Holy Family. And a run up the middle is stopped by the Tigers. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
at some point, Conifer is going to have to do, whether it's the quarterback option that the halfback option that they did in the second quarter, late in the second quarter, or some sort of trick play, in order just to change kind of the momentum of this game and kind of just the play calling overall.
Here's Elenewski around the right side. And there's a flag on the play as he gets tackled at the 15-yard line. We saw Elenewski on that kickoff return that he took down to the 1-yard line, was called back because of a penalty. But he's got the ability to take it the distance. So Holy Family, they better watch number 1, A.J. Elenewski, 5'6", 152-pounder. He looks and runs bigger than his size. Face mask on Holy Family, so add 15 yards onto the end of that play.
Well, Bill, that's going to be
first down for Conifer. That is their 14th of the game.
And that's going to be of the 5-yard variety. In high school football, it's still, if your hands are just touching the face mask, it's going to be 5 yards. But if your hand is grabbing the face mask, and even if you turn it, it's going to be 15 yards, and that's a personal foul. So, 5-yard penalty.
Non-flagrant face mask. Kim in trouble, slips and falls at the 15-yard line. Everybody covered. That was a good job by the secondary.
Oh, great job by the Holy Family secondary. It was a 2-man route for Conifer. So the secondary only had to cover 2 wide receivers, and once the 2 guys were covered, Kim had to make a play on his own. And unfortunately, the ground was slippery, and he slipped on the turf.
Second down and 15. Again, this is a natural grass surface. It is not the artificial turf that we saw last week at Adams Stadium. Here's the pitch, and it comes to Jake Heinrich. He is stopped at about the 23-yard line. Did you prefer natural grass or artificial turf?
I always prefer natural grass. Love natural grass. You know, you always get the stains on your jersey, so definitely does it better.
That'll do it for the third quarter of play. Our score, Holy Family 12, Conifer 6. Don't go away. Fourth quarter action coming up.
Nah, we can manage.
And welcome back to Mike G. Gabriel Stadium on the campus of Holy Family High School. We are set for the fourth quarter of play, and it's been a good one thus far. Not as high scoring as we thought. Our score is Holy Family 12, Conifer 6. Bill Rogan along with Justin Adams in the booth. Right alongside ace statman Don Apodaca. So it'll be third down and about 8 for Conifer. They're at their own 34-yard line. Check that 24-yard line. Kim rolling out. Launches downfield, incomplete. Intended for Trujillo. And on the coverage for the Tigers was Dominic Pena. So punting situation. And back deep for the Tigers is Hallwaddell and Balthazar. And it will be Kim doing the punting. And I believe this is the first punt of the night for the Tigers. Or check that for the Lobos. Second punt. I don't remember their first. I have no recollection of their first punt. But I believe, oh, that's right.
Oh, the pooch kick. Yeah, the pooch kick earlier, Bill.
See, Don Apodaca is paying attention tonight. Timeout taken by Conifer.
Oh, no.
And that's a mistake that could come back to haunt him in a close game. As you see the referee right there, Don Gilman. It's been a well-officiated game tonight.
Very well-officiated game, a low penalized game. But just to talk about what just happened there, as you saw, one thing that going through college and even in high school is you would rather take a penalty because taking a penalty would save you a timeout, and Conifer may need that timeout because they're so close in this game.
Here's our next few games. Love to have you come out and see the games. And of course, you can always get a DVD. Go to broomfield.org for all the information. There's the telephone number as well. But people talk about the expense of going to a professional game. There are a lot of expensive entertainment options. But high school football and high school athletics in general, shoot, a lot of the things are free. High school football is going to cost you a couple of bucks. Very, very worthwhile to attend a high school event. A good crowd here at Holy Family tonight, enjoying the game so far. Punt goes to the 35, where it's taken by Hallwaddell, and Hallwaddell gets tackled at the 43-yard line. So that's where the Tigers will take over. And we have seen in the past, when the Tigers smell a victory, they are able to grind it out. They haven't done all that well on the ground tonight, but if there's ever a time that Holy Family can rise to the occasion and pound out some yards on the ground, it would be now. 41-yard punt, 8-yard return.
And Bill, even though they may struggle on the ground, now would be a great time to do maybe a play-action pass. The pass is working for them. Remember, the weak spot for Conifer is their secondary, and that's a place where Holy Family excels.
I would suspect, just guessing, that they'll try to run the ball. And Summers keeps and dances out of bounds after a gain of about 5. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. That is Summers' 3rd carry of the night. He's got 8 yards. But the total rushing yards for Holy Family well below their average. Normally, they are racking up a lot of yardage. But tonight, on the ground, just 30 yards. Rashes comes to the near side. Clay and De Herrera split backs. Summers, quick hitter to Urashis. He has it. 1st down. Urashis to the 40 after breaking a tackle inside the 40-yard line before he is finally knocked out of bounds by number 52, Stephen Manning.
I cannot wait to look at this replay, because just look at the way that Urashis, first of all, he catches the ball with his hands, not with his body. Then he tells the cornerback, excuse me, I have to go get some more yards. Breaks the tackle of the next cornerback, and it takes a linebacker to tackle him about 10 yards from where he originally caught the ball. So that's a way of really dictating the game, and that's a great play by Urashis.
De Herrera straight up the middle, and now the Holy Family offensive line firing off the ball. Good pickup for De Herrera. And that'll put Holy Family in a very enviable 2nd down situation.
Bill, we always heard the term of you want to run the ball to set up the pass. But what's working for Holy Family today is that they're passing the ball to set up the run.
They only gave him 3 yards on that carry. I thought he got about 6 or 7.
Interesting.
Saying his knee was down. Summers on the bootleg. He's got a 1st down and more. Inside the 20-yard line, close to the 15. And the Tigers now grinding it out. 10:47 to go in the 4th quarter. And a touchdown here would really alter things for Conifer.
Loom large for the whole game, but I don't think that was the original play that was called by Coach Gabriel as Holy Family quickly moves it to the line. Looked like a broken play as Summers just took the ball for the 1st down.
De Herrera gets a couple of yards as he is stopped. Good tackle by Jay Moody. Moody's not a big guy at 5'8", 175, but he has certainly played a whale of a game for the Lobos.
Plays almost like he's 6'2", 225, but guy who comes with an attitude every time he makes a tackle.
2nd down and 9 for the Tigers in no particular hurry. Summers, Urashis, incomplete on the slant. That'll bring up 3rd and long. Stops the clock with an even 10 minutes to go.
Erastus catches that ball, there's nobody that's going to catch him except for maybe the safety who has a shot at the play. And it's just a slant route. The cornerback is playing off, which leaves it wide open for the slant, but the ball is just a little bit out of the reach of Erastus.
Summers being pressured, gets it away. It is complete to the tight end, Garrett West. Inside the 5-yard line, 1st and goal, Holy Family.
What a great play by Summers just to roll out and get out of the arms of the defender, and a perfect pass to number 80 on the play. I mean, that's just a marvelous play to Garrett West.
And pressure was applied by Drake Weber. Didn't know if he could get the pass off. Handoff up the middle to D. Herrera. He's shy of the goal line. That'll bring up a 2nd and goal, about the 3, maybe the 2-yard line. Peeling himself off the ground with the tackle was Cameron Davis. Summers, 12 of 19, 209 yards and a touchdown.
This is a huge defensive stand needed by Conifer here if they want to stay in this game.
Summers, right tackle. Looks like a penalty marker may have been.
No, it's going to be a touchdown.
Touchdown, Holy Family. No, just a marker, just a beanbag. So following his 2 running backs, and we've got a touchdown. Let's take another look at that play.
Taking a replay, Summers fakes the dive, and he takes the option keeper, the quarterback keeper, and he's pretty much stopped at the 1-yard line, but then the ball comes loose, as you see there. Unbelievable. It's recovered.
By Clay.
By Clay, yeah. Clay
I did
was
not see
recovery.
the fumble at all. But Clay, the touchdown on the fumble recovery. Holy Family going for 2. Summers being chased by Weber. He dives toward the end zone, extended his arm, and he's out of bounds. No conversion. So the Lobos stopped the 2-point conversion. 18-6, Holy Family with the lead with 9:03 to go. And if we could see that replay of the touchdown again for the guys in the truck. It looked like Summers had scored a touchdown. Did you see the ball come out?
Well, the ball did come out on the touchdown. The ball came out earlier. There's going to be a holding penalty on Holy Family on the 2-point conversion, which is going to be declined. So the 2-point conversion is not going to count. But Summers was actually tackled at the 1-yard line, and maybe his progress is stopped, who knows. But the ball just pops loose. And as you say, the ball is recovered by Clay. As we're going to look at the replay again. Again, it's just a quarterback keeper. He stays behind his 2 line, not only behind his line, but behind his running backs, and the ball just pops loose. And just a heads-up play by Clay to realize that the ball was loose and to jump right on top of it, and it's a touchdown for Holy Family.
So that was 200 pounds of Clay jumping on that football, and you're right, very alert.
Yeah, very alert. And you know what, Bill? That's the 2nd week in a row that a fumble or fortuitous bounce may actually change the tide of the game overall.
Now, that would not have counted in the NFL.
No, it would not have counted in the NFL if it was under the 2 minutes, 2 minutes in the NFL, because whoever fumbles the ball has to recover it.
And Stephen Manning is hurt on the far sideline for Conifer. He was in on that tackle on the 2-point conversion, and he is sitting down just out of bounds by the 2-yard line. So we're going to hold up play here for a minute. So the Tigers up 18-6. Still a lot of time left, 9:03. But Conifer will need at least 2 scores as they attend to Stephen Manning, and he has played a sensational game also. Both these teams have really gone at it. But Holy Family on their home field, the home crowd advantage, getting it done here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Holy Family being a second-half team. As I talked about earlier, they scored 6 points during the last game, and then they scored 14 in the second half in order to win last week. So it's not surprising to see how Holy Family likes to turn it up in the 2nd and 3rd quarter. And that's what Coach Gabriel talked about, as we talked to him earlier before the game, is that he says this seems to be a team that just, for some reason, is a second-half squad. And he really doesn't understand why, but they just like to turn on the switch after intermission.
It's also good coaching. He's got a good coaching staff here, Mike Gabriel, and they make the proper adjustments. And you never see this team panic. You know, they turned the ball over tonight. They didn't panic. They've had a couple of penalties against them. Didn't seem to let it bother him. Manning is walking slowly toward his own sideline. Anytime you see a kid walking and looks to be much better than he was a few moments ago, that's a good sign. So Leonardo will kick it off. A trio of Lobos are deep. And the kick is coming down to the 5-yard line, where it's taken by Max Renfro. Renfro, nice return across the 25-yard line out to the 28. And that's where the Lobos will take over, led by quarterback Thomas Kim. Well, I suspect it's time to air it out a little bit.
Well, not necessarily, Bill. You still have 3 timeouts for Conifer. It's only 8:50. You have 2 timeouts, check that, for Conifer. But you don't have to get extremely outside of your game plan.
Out pattern incomplete, looking for Trujillo. 2nd down and 10 at the 29-yard line is where it's spotted.
And just as I say that, the first play is a passive play, which is exactly what Conifer doesn't exactly want to do. That's not their game. Their game is to run the ball. So, again, they're going to have to do something in order to get themselves back in the game.
Seahawks split to the far side. Now in motion is Jake Heinrich, who gets the ball. Heinrich turns the corner. Heinrich has a 1st down, and he's ridden out of bounds by Cox. Good play for the Lobos. And they've been churning out 1st downs, but their drives have stalled either through penalties, turning it over on downs, or just turnovers. They'll mark the ball at the 44-yard line of Conifer. 8:45 left on the game clock. Kim with some time. Downfield complete for about a 9-yard gain. And the pass is complete to Griffin Anley. On the stop for the Tigers was Balthazar.
And as we look at a replay on the play, as Kim fakes the run here and rolls to his right, which is an easier pass for a right-handed quarterback, makes a perfect throw to the tight end on the drag route for the 9-yard gain.
Kim is 5 for 13, 61 yards, and an interception. Marshall in motion. Give to Elenewski. He's got the 1st down before he is stacked up. Cox in on the tackle. So advance the chains. 7:59 left. 4th quarter. Lobos 1-1 on the season. Holy Family looking to go 3-0. From the shotgun. Kim's pass is complete to Marshall, and he gets wrapped up right away by Balthazar. So it'll be 2nd down and about 5.
And as we look at the replay, Kim just takes a couple of steps back at a shotgun, throwing a great pass, a little bit high, but a great catch by number 27, Marshall, on the hook route.
Here's another double handoff. Here's Jake Heinrich. Looks to turn the corner, but an excellent open field tackle by Scout Cox, the free safety. Now brings up 3rd down, and they're pretty much in 2-down territory or 4-down territory now.
And this is not the first time that we have seen a double handoff, but a great forward tackle by the free safety by number 2 on the play as Scout Cox comes up and makes a wonderful tackle there.
Kim launches it deep. Looking for Trujillo. Incomplete. But we're going to have a flag on the play. It was thrown deep for Griffin Anley. On the coverage was Chuck Holwadell. And it is pass interference on the Lobos. I don't know about that. Let's take another look at this one, Justin.
Bill, remember earlier in the game when I was talking to you about what Seth Trujillo should have done and just how he should have defended the ball in the first half? That was a perfect way of defending a pass. You see the defender had his head across. And you know what? Not to get on the officials, but the best call there is just a no call. Both players are going after the ball. That's just great defense by the defender there to turn his body to the back of the sideline in order to wall off the wide receiver so that he has to go over him in order to catch the ball.
And Anley did go over him. And we had a penalty there.
Yeah, pass interference on the offense.
So it's 4th and 10. They're calling a loss of down? I don't understand that. Kim, downfield. Complete, but well short of a first down. Pass was caught by Cameron Seahas. And then, now Justin, help me out there. You had the offensive pass interference. Why is that a loss of down?
Well, the offensive pass interference, it's going to be a loss of a down because you have, first of all, you're going to have the 10 yards back, and then a loss of a down. It's going to be a Chassa rule that they have. It's a rule that Chassa has, is that it's almost like an intentional grounding. You have a loss of a down there on the play.
That's a new one for me.
Yeah, definitely. To me, I always interpreted the rule as it's just 10 yards back.
Yeah, and you
still keep the down.
1st and 10, Holy Family at their own 40. And Summers throws downfield. Incomplete and nearly intercepted. Off the hands of West and then off the hands of Seahas. 2nd down. I'm a little surprised that Holy Family put it in the air.
Well, Coach Gabriel pretty much wanted to go for the knockout punch here. Fakes the run, catches pretty much everybody off guard. Had number 12 wide open during the middle of the field, but ended up throwing it to the tight end, who the ball goes right off his hands and almost into the hands of the defender. And luckily, the ball hits the turf for an incomplete pass and not an interception.
Garrett West, the tight end, usually comes down with those plays. De Herrera gets a yard, maybe 2. Hard-earned yards. And De Herrera peels himself off the grass to bring up a 3rd down and 8. Clock becoming a factor, 6:10 and counting here in the 4th quarter.
And that's why the call on 1st down where, excuse me, where if it's a completed pass, you look like a genius because you not only are moving down the field, but you're eating up more time on the clock. But again, if you miss the pass as he did, you stop the clock and pretty much you're giving a timeout to Conifer.
Summers across the middle. Incomplete, intended for West. Covered by Connor Anley. That'll bring up a punting situation, so a good job by the Conifer defense. And with the clock stopped, 5:44 to go, Lobos will get the ball back.
So let's just say that Holy Family would have ran the ball 2 times instead of passing the ball. That's at least a minute 10 off the clock. So that may loom large as Conifer tries to come back in this game.
Connor Clay to boot it away. Line drive kick to the near side, out of bounds. And around the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 28. So 1st and 10 for the Lobos at their own 28-yard line. They have 2 timeouts left, 5:40 remaining in regulation.
Still enough time for Conifer. They're going to have to get a little bit outside their offense. They're all going to have to take more shots downfield. I see a lot of double moves as Thomas Kim has done earlier in the game. But they can continue to run the ball. But they need 2 scores. So you have to get a score here with maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes left on the clock.
Out pattern complete to Trujillo. Avoids 1 tackler, gets the 1st down before he's brought to the ground by Jacob Balthazar. And Balthazar looks like he's injured on the play. So another 1st down. And they're racking up the 1st downs and yards, Conifer, but they're not getting into scoring position.
And again, just a quick out route. Nice throw by Kim. A little bit behind him, but it was a good throw and a nice tackle. And let's see, Balthazar is injured on the play. And I think he's just walking it off right now. So tough to see what he injured on the play, but he's on the sideline now and doesn't appear to have a limp to him, so that's a good sign.
Might have had the wind knocked out of him. 1st and 10. Elenewski tripped up in the backfield. Good penetration by Kyle Spengler, the senior linebacker for the Tigers, and no gain on the play. 2nd down. Are you surprised that Conifer isn't in a hurry-up offense?
I am a little bit surprised that they're not hurrying in a hurry-up offense. It's okay to run the ball with how much time they have left, but you have to have a little more urgency. You don't have to be at a full all-out no huddle, but you do have to have a little more urgency to get up to the line and call the next play.
Kim pumps, looking long, overthrown, intended for Trujillo, and a flag is thrown by the back judge, Jim Whitty. And you may hear in the background some people voicing their displeasure at the call. Pass interference on the Tigers.
Let's see if we can get another replay of that last play and go through it if we can, as we get the official call.
So 1st down for Conifer.
Well, in any case, it's a double move on the outside receiver by Kim, and maybe held him somewhere. The cornerback, we don't know. Looking back at the play.
1st and 10 at the Tigers 46. Kim in trouble, and De Herrera tracks him down. And De Herrera getting beat up by his teammate, Daniel Jansen. So that's a big setback for the Lobos. 2nd down and 19.
And we're going to look at a replay of this play, of the last play. And again, this is Kim's best side to throw on. It's to his right side, but De Herrera, he won't be denied here by any type of lineman. Comes up with a huge sack on the play.
Kim going deep into triple coverage, incomplete. It's fair to say that one was well defended by Holy Family. Trujillo, the intended receiver, and brings up a 3rd down and 19, 4:01 to go.
But again, Bill, it's like what we talked about earlier. Great defenses for the defender to turn his head back and to also wall off the wide receiver. It makes it that much harder for the receiver to get the ball because he has to go through the defender in order to catch the pass.
Elenewski on the handoff. Gets a couple, maybe, and he is tackled. Hallwadell on the stop. That'll bring up 4th down, and Conifer's going to go for it. This is pretty much their last hope. Oh, they're going to punt it away. The clock is moving. 3.5 minutes to play. Well, this could be a fake.
Yeah, it could be a fake, and but if Conifer does put the ball away here, it's almost like waving the white flag for this game.
Balthazar is deep. Kim, nice punt. Bounces out of bounds around the 10-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Well, if you're Holy Family, Justin, main objective, hold on to the ball.
Hold on to the ball. This is the 4-minute offense as they have, as it's 2 minutes and, well, the clock is still moving. Should be about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. We read 2:45. But in any case, Bill, anytime you're inside a 4-minute offense, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you keep the ball in bounds, hold on to the ball with both hands. Obviously, you want to run the ball and at least get 1 or 2 first downs.
Connor Clay dragging tacklers. Clay, a determined effort out to the 15-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 as the clock is running. Lobos have 2 timeouts. And let's watch Clay dragging tacklers.
And Clay, He pretty much gets wrapped up in the backfield. But again, look at that strong lower body strength. It's not going to take one guy to tackle him. It's not going to take two. How about it takes the whole Conifer team to take this man down?
Conifer takes their second timeout. They have one remaining. So another first down for the Tigers. Could ice this thing with 2:26 to go.
And Bill, I know Holy Family likes to pass the ball, but you almost throw every pass they play out the playbook right now as we look at the rest of Holy Family's schedule.
Well, Holy Family just 2:26 away from running their record to 3-0. Their next game will be right here against Centaurus. And then Conifer, their next game will be against Summit, as they are about to go 1-2 unless something drastic happens. At least the final score won't be 42-20 like it's
Yes.
been the last 2 weeks for Conifer.
And both of these teams are well below their season averages, so this is just a good test for both teams against, well, two quality opponents.
Clay in the backfield spins, but he can't get out of the grasp of Patrick Marshall. Also in on the play for the Lobos was Drake Weber. 3rd down and 3. And do we have a timeout? Oh, no, they're going to let it run.
No timeout. And that's interesting. You know, if you take the timeout on 1st down, you would assume that you would take your last timeout on 2nd down. But it seems to be that that Coach Fitzmaurice is going to take a timeout, hopefully, here on 3rd down to get the ball back.
Well, this is a huge defensive stand for Conifer, and Summers gets nailed. Good heavens. On the sack was Weber, and Summers fortunate he didn't fumble the ball. Conifer takes their final timeout, I would assume. Man, David Summers gets walloped.
Well, the slant was covered, but he did fumble the ball actually, and that's the trouble that you have anytime you're inside of a 4-minute offense, is that as we look at the play again, well, Summers looks and the slant isn't there, but a blitzing linebacker came and just walloped Summers, and the ball came loose, and so
I don't know, it looked like he may have recovered it between his legs.
yeah.
Anyway, it was a risky play, and Holy Family lucky that Conifer doesn't have the ball inside the 10-yard line.
And Bill, how big of a play would it have been for Conifer to get a play like that with about 2:30 left to go in this game and a timeout left? They spent their last timeout on the previous play, but it would have been huge. It would have changed the course of the game.
Minute 37 to go. Clay will punt from his goal line, and it's taken at the 40-yard line. Anley gets it down to the 35-yard line. That's Griffin Anley. And so Conifer will take over. Obviously, quick score, onside kick. That's the only way they can win it. Things do look bleak for Conifer, but there is some hope. They have the ball in good field position, but they need a quick score. Minute 30 to go. Thomas Kim, the QB, in the shotgun. Out pattern is incomplete. Trujillo, the intended receiver. It's actually good that that was incomplete because his knee was down. So the clock will stop, 1:26.
You know, one thing that Conifer hasn't done all day is they haven't gone deep over the middle, and there's a little hole there if they wanted to.
Kim being forced out of the pocket, running for his life, and he is wrestled out of bounds by Nico Elliott, and they're going to call a penalty.
55, Nico Elliott. There's a penalty on the play.
I don't know about that one, Justin. He seemed to have engaged him on the field. It's hard to disengage as you go out of bounds.
Well, Bill, we're going to let the replay judge on this one. As you see, Kim just roll out to his left, and he tries to make a move there, and you know, that's a tough play, a tough call.
You're in the middle of a tackle. How do you abort your tackle?
You know, that's a tough call to make.
I mean, I don't know how a defender does that. You tackle the guy inbounds, and as you go out of bounds, how do you disengage?
Well, it's almost like telling your momentum to stop.
Yeah.
It's like running as fast as you can and then saying stop. And
it looks like when Nico gets his momentum going, it's really hard to stop.
Not even when you're in a car can you go 100 miles per hour and just stop on a dime.
Not a little guy. So minute 15 to go. First and goal at the 10-yard line. Elenewski gets it down close, about to the 2, and the clock will run. Minute 3 and counting. Kim calling signals, and we've got a whistle. Timeout taken by Holy Family. So the defense wanted to make sure that they knew what they were doing. So the Tigers take their first timeout. Do you like onside kicks?
I do like onside kicks.
We may see one soon. And here's the play to Elenewski.
Yeah, the play before to Elenewski. He looked like he had a wide open touchdown.
Until Scout Cox got in the way.
Scout Cox not only got into the way, made a sure form tackle to prevent the touchdown. And what's important about that is, remember, Conifer has no timeouts. So when Cox made the tackle, time's going to continue to run off the clock and run off the clock. And every second that runs off the clock for Conifer is a great thing for Holy Family.
If I were an offensive coordinator, and I'm not, although I should be, I like the rollout pass here. We have the option to run it in the end zone or throw. I think it's a tough play to defend, and it gives you options as a quarterback. But like you said, Justin, you can't get tackled in the field of play. Otherwise, the clock is going to keep running.
And they came just with the scores that were needed. If there's going to be a turning point in the game, it's going to be the kickoff return that would have put Conifer at the 3-yard line to start off the third quarter. Instead, they started at the 50-yard line. You have the missed field goal, and then right afterwards you have the long touchdown run and catch by Holy Family, and that ends up being the turning point of the game.
So one more kneel down by David Summers, and that should do it, as he's just waiting for the back judge to start the count. And that's it. So Holy Family, they hold on for an 18-13 win over Conifer. So Conifer drops to 1-2 on the season. Their next game will be against Summit next Saturday. And the Holy Family Tigers improved to 3-0 on the year. Their next game will be the 23rd of September, Friday night. And Justin Adams and myself, Bill Rogan, we will be here with the Channel 8 crew. And another great job by our staff, led by Victor Seif. Some great shots tonight.
Yeah, wonderful shots. You had the fumble. Again, Bill, for a second week in a row, we have a fumble, a fortuitous bounce, go for the way of the winning team, as the winning score being a recovered touchdown in the end zone.
So stay with us. We'll have our post-game wrap-up after this. Once again, the final score from Mike G. Gabriel Stadium: Holy Family 18, Conifer 13. And we're with our player of the game, David Summers, sophomore quarterback for the Holy Family Tigers. Tigers with an 18-13 win over Conifer. And David, the Conifer defense, they came to play tonight. What were they doing that was making it tough early on for Holy Family?
I think our linemen just weren't getting good push, and we just got to get back on the sled and work on that.
Now, as a sophomore quarterback, what are some of the things you feel you need to work on?
I just got to stay calm the whole game and just keep the tempo going and move the offense.
Now the big play of the game for Holy Family, 80-yard touchdown pass. Gintis Urasis was the receiver. You were able to hit him. Take us through that play.
It was just a rollout play. He was running the in route to about 10 yards. I just threw it to him, and he took it the 80 yards, at yards after catch.
Now, at what point, when he has the ball, do you think he might go?
When he was running all the way down he got around the edge. I thought he might go all the way.
Now, Holy Family off to a nice 3-0 start. How much better can this team be?
We got a lot of potential. We just got to come out every week and work as hard as we can to get better.
Now, you're just a sophomore. You're learning as you go along. What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned from head coach Mike Gabriel?
That I gotta just come out, be calm, just do my job, and the rest will come.
Next week you have Centaurus. Any thoughts about next week's game?
We're just gonna look at the film, see what we have to do to win.
You having a good time, quarterback in the Holy Family Tigers?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, David.
Right.
Good luck. All right, how's your brother doing?
He's doing pretty good. Really good.
Nice
Yeah.
to hear it.
All right.
Take care.
All right, thank you.
I like hitting quarterbacks in the shoulder pad. Your helmet's over there. And we bring in head coach Mike Gabriel. And, Coach, this certainly wasn't the easiest of games. Conifer, a very formidable foe. Was there a turning point in this game in your mind?
I think the third quarter we made a big play on offense that kind of broke the game open a little bit at that point. Conifer's a physical football team. We knew that. They did that to us last year. It was a battle all the way through, so we knew what we had coming.
Did you think you'd be able to run the ball better?
We did. We felt like we could. They did a great job of scouting us and did a good job of shutting us down.
Okay, now this is a Thursday night, your next game in 8 days against Centaurus. What does the coaching staff do following a game like this to prepare for the next one?
A lot of film review, some conditioning work to make sure we're in condition, and just get our kids well prepared for next Friday.
Now, it's not easy having a sophomore quarterback, but David Summers looked pretty good back there. What are some of the attributes he brings to your team?
Well, he's a smart kid, first of all. He's smart in the classroom and smart on the field, which helps us. He's able to run and use his feet to escape problems, and he throws the ball well.
How much better will he be as a senior?
It's hard to say. Time will only tell. We're excited about it, though.
I got a smile out of you.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Good job tonight. And I welcome back in my ace color man, Justin Adams. And Justin, very patient team tonight, Holy Family. You know, they fell behind early. They got a couple of field goals in the second quarter, but you never got a sense that they were nervous or panicking on their home field.
Yeah, especially with a couple of turnovers early on in the game, a couple of drop, center quarterback exchange. But again, they rallied around each other. They didn't go wild as you were talking about, but they made the necessary plays, especially in the second half, outscoring Conifer to win the game.
Well, we talked to head coach Mike Gabriel about the offense, and we talked to Joe Summers about the offense. I was negligent. I didn't bring up the defense. The Holy Family D played tonight. They had a whale of a ball game.
Yeah, a great ball game by the Holy Family defense. And the thing about Conifer is they wanted to run the ball. We talked about it earlier, especially with field conditions like it was today, a wet turf. It looked like it was going to go Conifer's way. It just had that feeling, especially earlier as Kim had a 52-yard option keeper for a touchdown. It seemed to continue to go on that way, 6-6 at half. But again, Holy Family made the plays to win the game. As we even got a guy picking up everything, cleaning up everything, and that's what Holy Family did. Their defense cleaned up, made the plays to win the game.
Just wanted to make sure we weren't going to get run over there.
Exactly.
The golf cart guy wanted to get a little airtime. But Justin, we look forward to next week. They take on Centaurus. That's their first league game, and all you can ask for is coming out of the non-league schedule undefeated. That's what Holy Family did. I think this team is going to play a whale of a game next week.
Yeah, especially given that the field conditions. You know what? A lot of things just didn't go their way today, and that's going to help them, especially as you talk about going into league play. The teams know you. They know what type of things you like to run. The games are a lot more important because now they really count. Because one loss here can cost you a shot at the playoffs.
Well, it was simply a pretty good high school football game tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Wonderful place. A wonderful place to play. Holy Family, a great facility, and they should be very proud of themselves today.
And they fed us at halftime. Always a good thing.
Yes.
Well, that'll do it for us tonight here at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium on the campus of Holy Family High School. For the entire crew, led by Victor Seif, our ace stat man, Don Pablo Apodaca. For Justin Adams, I'm Bill Rogan. Once again, our final score, Holy Family 18, Conifer 13. We'll see you next week.